It is amazing what you can actually achieve when you do an alteration with a client. And what I've found lately is with the current downturn with new homes, there's more clients that are actually doing alterations just because they don't have the budget to build a new home. So they're staying in the existing homes and they're altering them and making them better. Because a lot of people, when they're in a place they like to stay there, but they just want to make the house better.
There's a lot of old homes out there and they're going to be there for a long time, and those people that live in existing houses deserve to live in comfortable, healthy, energy efficient homes as well, and with some design tips that the likes of the Superhome Movement group can provide, including us with the glass side of things, that can be achieved.
One thing you've got to pay attention to is that it's predicted that 80% of the current homes in New Zealand will be around in 2050. And that's quite a remarkable stat. That means that to get those homes up to becoming a super home, you need to have a super renovation. And there's a massive space to fit there. And if it was for any kind of building business, that renovating market is a lot bigger than the new building market. It's much, much bigger. So it's an exciting space to be playing in, and then to deliver something that's high quality, best, better, best. Yeah, I think it's exciting.
Virtually anything you renovate these days is going to be better than what's already there anyway. So just by the merit of them doing it, they're going to be doing it better.
Renovation without huge costs, so adding thermal performance, dramatically increasing thermal performance without dramatically increasing the cost.
But it's just so insanely expensive to build in New Zealand at the moment, and what a lot of clients are saying, like, bugger that, we're not going to spend our life savings on building a new house, and they're kind of basically moving in the direction of buying kind of existing buildings and retrofitting them. Well, that's what I'm finding. And it's not just New Zealand, it's Australia as well. So yeah, I mean, I think kind of retrofitting existing buildings is obviously it makes kind of a lot of sense. I mean, it's always a bit harder, to be honest, if you're working on a kind of an existing building. I mean, it's always easier when you've got a clean slate to deal with. But working on retrofitting existing buildings, I think that it makes good economical sense for clients, who don't necessarily want to go out and build a new build.
You like to people focus as well, like rather than just, here's an old villa. Yes, we know it's going to be cold, and yes, it probably needs double glazing and all these things. But if you stop and talk to the person who's going to live in it at the end of the day, it does open up a whole heap more ideas and things. So we kind of like doing that with a homeowner and just finding out first what's their end goal. And look, no one wants to live in a damp, cold, drafty house. We all know that already, but there's just little wins you can get from people just talking and listening.
Wherever possible, we will keep the older house. That's not always possible because it can be in the wrong location on a site, but particularly in Addington, where it's an older suburb, there are some great villas around, and so we do retrofit them with better glazing, better insulation. When you pull these houses apart, they do have really good bones. You can see how poorly they've been insulated and built in the past, having that reliance on wood burners and way too hot a heat source. So it is a really nice challenge to keep these, but we think it's important for the heritage of Addington.